Can anybody hear me? Testing. Okay, cool. Hi, Robert. I'm trying to get the URL into the chat because I have two streams going, so I don't even know if this is. Let me know if you hear an echo or anything weird. I'm not very good at this stuff. So I had some people asking me about the night vision monocle that I got, monocular, whatever the hell it's called. I'll try and get it on here. All right, is anybody, can you see it? I'll make a better video with this later. I was just messing with it the other night. Audio's good? Sweet. So the thing about the warning on this is that you have to keep the lens cover on during the daytime. Apparently it'll burn out the sensors. So when it gets darker, you pop this off. It's got two buttons here. It's got power, which I don't know. At night you can see through this thing without turning the power on, but I suppose it helps a little bit. And then you have the infrared button, which shines the light here. The only thing I don't like about it is this does glow red when you turn that on, which I'm not a big fan of. But it's when I was reading the comments about this product, a lot of people were complaining about the focus. It's a dual focus. So you've got your major focus here on the end, and then once you get it in focus, then on the eyepiece, you've got your fine tuning here. And it makes a world of difference. Once you fine tune it, it's crystal clear. And so people were asking me about the price, and I was actually pretty amazed. The price has gone down a little bit actually since I bought it, and I've had it for like 3 weeks. So let me show you how to find this item. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Let's see here. If I can remember how to do this. Did anybody hear any music at the beginning of this video? All right, let's see, where was it? All right, you did hear music? All right, I don't know if it's showing up on here or not. So in the description below the video, there's a link to the web page. Click here on Amazon direct links. It's the first one here on the far left is the monocular, and then you just click the link here. And I went ahead and grabbed a screenshot of it because I wanted to highlight part of it. So you should pop that up here. So this is as you can see here, it's a 5x50 night vision generation. I think it's generation 1, but it works really, really well. So 128.88 is the price. I think it was like 130 when I bought it, so it's gone down a little bit. But so if you go to the website that's linked below, click the Amazon link, go to the first item, it's this here, and then the second item is Amazon 48 pack of AA batteries, which this takes. And I'm still using the same 2 batteries that I started with, but Amazon's batteries actually work really well. And the 48 pack is like $15.50. So it's a really good price for their batteries. So if you're interested in the night vision monocular, there it is, $128 or $122. It's really good. It's a really good deal, and it works really well. I'll make a better video than what I had going. That first one, I just wanted to get it out there so people knew about it. And then the other thing I was going to show you is I have a couple of items that I've been purchasing recently. Like for my medical kit, I realized I had a lot of Band-Aids, and I have the suture, but I didn't have butterflies. So any of you familiar with butterfly bandages, you know, they're really good for, they're kind of like a poor man's stitches. These are waterproof. I'm all backwards here. I think there's 12 in a box. It might be 24. So I got 2 boxes because I wasn't sure. And then one other thing I was going to hit on, just like sort of, it's not really a show and tell, but it kind of is for anybody out there that vapes. And if you don't vape, I don't recommend it unless you smoke, and then you might want to use it to get off the cigarettes. But I was realizing that the prices, especially lately, were really going up on vaping. So I decided to go ahead and start making my own. So as you can see here, I've got several juices that I made. And there's a couple of things really good about it. One is I did the math. I think it's about a third of the price if you make your own compared to buying it. So once you get everything and you make it, you're paying about a third of what you would pay if you went to the store. And I'm just going to real quick show you the items that you need to get. Now, I bought some 60 milliliter bottles, but you can just rinse out your old ones if you want. There's only 4 ingredients, and the other good thing about it is you know what's going into this as opposed to buying the stuff. And to be honest with you, these homemade e-juice flavors are way better than anything I've ever bought. So what you need is your VG and your PG, and they're pretty cheap. And then you need the liquid nicotine, which you can get at this place here called Nick Vape. They do a pretty good job of. You can select all different kinds of strengths, and then the last thing you need are flavors. And So you can get all this stuff. Oh, the other thing I got was a package of syringes just to do the measuring. So I've got like, so there's an empty bottle that I kept that I'm going to use later. These flavors that you can get, you get them again, like these on Amazon, they're probably like $8 or so, $9 for a bottle. The nicotine's the most expensive part. It's not that much. And the VG and the PG are pretty cheap. So the only other thing you need is the formula for putting it all together. And it's all personal preference and based on if you want like an 80-20 or a 70-30 or a 50-50. And there's all these websites. And so I just went to this one site that was fairly easy to use. And I don't know if this will even show up. There it is. It's just a formula. You put in your values and then it'll tell you how much to put in the bottle. And you just squirt them all in at the measurements that they give you, and then you end up with, I mean, and it's precise too. You say you're using a 60 milliliter bottle and you put in all the values, it'll fill the bottle like right to here. So anyway, that's a pretty good thing to do if you're trying to save money or you just want to make your own stuff as opposed to waiting for stores to have it in stock or whatever. And I think that might be it. The other thing I was going to talk about was, let me pull this up real quick. So the reason I wanted to talk about this was because I haven't heard anybody mention it, and it might be because of the flavors. I think there's like bubble gum, there's like blueberry cotton candy, there's wild berry, there's green apple, strawberry. I don't remember what else I got. I got like 6 or 7 different flavors, and you can mix them or just keep them straight, whatever. And like I said, you can get all the stuff that you need on Amazon except for the liquid nicotine, and that's Nick Vape is where I got those. And it literally takes 3 minutes to mix one up, and then you're supposed to like basically keep it in a kind of a cool, dark place, like a dresser drawer or something. And then I'll take it out maybe twice a day and shake it up. And after about the third day, that's when I'll start using it. Apparently you have to let the flavors sort of age a little bit. I've actually tried them an hour after I made one, and I don't really notice a difference. They seem to work just fine. But one thing I was going to mention, because I haven't seen it anywhere else, and it might be because of where I live, but for the last about 5 months, we've been going weekly to food banks and loading up. And I was going to show you, I went today and I was going to show you some pictures here. This is just a small example. I've already had to buy another freezer, and I think we're going to get a third freezer soon because we have so much food, and the stuff they give you is insane. And all you do basically is go there and they load you up. And you're talking rice, beans, a lot of preps, canned stuff, tuna, pinto beans, soups, marinara sauce, tomato paste, and then vegetables, any vegetable you can imagine. Fruit. We've got so much fruit, we've been using it for compost because we can't eat it fast enough. Meat, frozen, like loins, like literally this big. I'll show you an example. I went today to 2 of them. I usually go on Saturdays and hit 2 of them. Let's see if I can find. All right, so this This is the back of my car today. Let's see here. You get grape juice, orange juice. This is here's pineapple, cantaloupe, and I think it was maybe strawberries. There's this here. The box is like I call it a prep box. It's got dried pasta, beans, peanut butters, raisins, trail mix, soups, you name it. It's incredible. They have ready to eat, like just open it up. It's got beef stew, it's got chili. Um, these all these white bags back here you can't really see. There's one here, there's one in the back, there's a few along the back here. Those are all vegetables and fruit, potatoes. I got an entire, I'll show you some stuff. Back here, this is all bread. They give you juice. This is vegetable oil right here. That's a loaf of bread. They just literally load you up. Let me see if I can find another one here. Is this the same one? Hold on. I don't want to pull the same picture up. It is the same picture. Let's see here. All right, I'll see if it'll let me do like a slideshow or something. Looks like as soon as I share it, it doesn't. Oh, there it is. All right, so there's the food in the back of the car. There's the, that's some of the, when I brought it home, that's some of the food. And let's see. All right, so there's corn on the cob, blueberries, and this stuff. A lot of the stuff comes from Sprouts, and it's high end. Like I think I got a thing of pomegranate seeds today, and the price marking on the box. I think it's like a pint or maybe a half a pint. I'm not sure. It's about the size of a butter tub, maybe a small butter tub. The price on it was like $10.50. We've gotten Kobe beef. You get a lot of cheese, a lot of milk, a lot of sour cream, a lot of cottage cheese, a lot of yogurt, pretty much anything you can imagine. Tortillas, we've got mountains of tortillas, and that's why we're considering getting a third freezer soon. Let's see what else we got here. This is just a bag of onions and garlic. So that's all the garlic cloves that I got today. And let's see what else we got. So then they gave me, a lot of times we get beef roast or pork loin. Today it was a whole chicken. So sometimes you get the whole chicken, sometimes we probably have close to 200 chicken patties. Like I said, we can't eat them fast enough. We're freezing them. We're putting them in bags. We're putting them in soups, stews, everything we can think of. Here's the other. Let's see here. So this is what I did when I got home today. Show you real quick here. So I put everything away, and then I took the chicken, garlic, potatoes, onion. All this is free, and put it in the crock pot. And so that's gonna, we'll be able to eat off this for a week. So I haven't heard anybody else talking about the food banks. So I don't know if it's just unusual here or what, because we have, there's probably 50 places in the city that you can go to on different alternating days. there's people who go around and basically it's what they do. They just go food bank to food bank to food bank, and they've got the whole system and the times and the locations all plotted out, and they just go. And I mean, we give stuff to neighbors. Um, if we see homeless people, we'll have some stuff in the back that we'll hand out. We have, there's granola bars, all that kind of stuff. Um, so I don't know if it's unique to this location or what, but if you haven't looked, check your area to see if there's food banks, because they're literally giving out. We haven't gone to the grocery store for groceries since maybe February, early March. I mean, and I've never lived in a house with this much food. We have so much food that, like I said, some of it we compost because we just can't eat it all. We freeze what we can and give stuff away to people, to the homeless, to neighbors. So, but I haven't heard anybody else talking about hitting up food banks because I don't know how much longer they're going to last, to be honest with you. At some point, they're probably going to lock it down to where, they just don't do it anymore. But right now, if you're not looking at utilizing the food banks, I don't know what to tell you because you should be. The amount of stuff they give you is insane. So I don't even know. Is this thing still going out? Looking to see if the chat with StreamYard and YouTube, to me, it doesn't seem like they mesh up very well. The StreamYard one doesn't seem to have nearly the comments that the YouTube one has, or sometimes it's vice versa. Yeah, we do. A lot of the stuff we've been doing with the, because like I said, we have so much that we can't utilize it before a lot of it goes bad. So if we have a bunch of vegetables and we're like, there's no way, we harvest the seeds. The amount of seeds we have just from free fruit and vegetables is insane. Last weekend, I think I got 40 or 45 avocados and harvested all the seeds. We've got avocados are already growing. They're sprouting. So I used as much of the avocados as I could until, we have a whole refrigerator full of avocado stuff that we made, but we still had leftovers because, like I said, I think I got 40 or 45 avocados. So the last 10 or so we're going to have to just toss, but we'll harvest the seeds. So I did want to put the link in the chat if anybody wants to call in. I think this works. You don't have to have your camera on. You don't have to put your real name if you don't want to. I think when you connect to it, I've never connected to somebody else's StreamYard, but I think it'll take you to the page and then you type in like where it says TCP for me, you type in whatever you want it to say for you, and then you can hit stop cam or start cam or whatever, and you can either just have your avatar like mine is right now, or you can use your video and be seen. It's up to you. I don't care if you but if anybody has any stories, any predictions, any information, what it's like in your area, do they have food banks where you're at? What's the vibe where you're at? What are the people acting like? Because here they're I don't know. It's really weird here. Like I don't wear a mask anywhere, but I'm always the only one without one. So and I don't know what it's like in other places. I hear things, some places say like nobody wears a mask. Other places say it's like really militant. I have my own beliefs on what I think it's all about, but I think it's a combination of several things, but I'd like to hear what others think. If you want to contact me, you can use that URL that I put in the chat, or you can just type it in, but I don't know if I'll see it in the chat because like I said, I swap between StreamYard and YouTube, and they don't seem to sync up very well. But let's see here. All right, so I'm going to go grab something to drink. So I'm going to hit the music. Hopefully you guys will hear the music. I don't know. I think somebody said they heard it at the beginning, but let me find a different song. I don't want to play the same one over again. I'll probably get a copyright strike regardless. Let's see here. Try and find something upbeat. Should probably use my Spotify because I have better songs on there. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even see the StreamYard chat. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let's see. Yeah, I pretty much stay to myself. I go to work every day. I come home and I try not to go out much. I do the food banks on Saturday. Um, I just don't. I just don't like dealing with the mentality of the people that are out there right now, and it's not going to get any better, obviously. But they just uh, they just kind of give me the creeps. Seeing children in masks and stuff. I know me well enough to know that I'm going to eventually say something, and it's best that I don't engage because I really, really am working on kind of flying under the radar and not just not being noticed and not wearing a mask. You really stand out. So just going out, I sort of um, I draw attention to myself just because I'm always the only one not wearing a mask, and so it's easier just to not go out. So. All right. Well, I just wanted to share that about the food banks and also for those of you who are interested in making your own vape juice, it's really easy. Like I said, the most expensive part is the liquid nicotine. And like I said, if you make your own, you end up, once you got everything and you start making your own, you end up paying about a third of what you would pay if you were just to buy it. And also you have a better idea of what's in it if, if you're concerned at all about what kind of extra shit people might be putting in there. No, I'm not unemployed. Let me try and I'm gonna see if I can make this so I can. I'm gonna try and make this so I can watch StreamYard but follow the YouTube chat because the StreamYard chat is messed up. All right, there we go. No, I work full time, and like I said, I just try and I don't wear a mask at work. I'm the only one. Everybody else wears a mask at work. Nobody's ever said a word to me. Not once. Not even the owner. He's never said anything. Nobody asked me why I don't. Um, it's really weird. It's like a twilight zone. When I do go out in public, if I have to go somewhere, um, I carry a sidearm when I go out just because the world's insane right now. And I think you'd be nuts to go out without protection as far as self-defense because people are insane. So I've always got a sidearm on me. I'm always the only one with one. And that might be why nobody ever says anything to me. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It makes sense that the reason nobody says a word is because I have a sidearm. But um, you know, I don't at work, and nobody's ever said a word to me. But they're constantly putting their masks on. So I don't know. It's like something about this whole thing doesn't make sense as far as I'm having trouble with other people. I just don't. I never really cared for other people, and now I think they're retarded. Um, and it's not a good thing to like feel bad about other people. So I just try and avoid them because you shouldn't have. I shouldn't harbor ill will. I mean, I guess I should have sympathy, or I should feel bad for them. But it's hard to do because they have access to the same information that any of us do, and they choose to be ignorant. They choose to comply. They choose to submit. It's free will. That's their choice. So I can't really say that I feel sorry for them and I don't think any of them have any idea what's coming. I think that most people think that once the vaccine comes out, they're gonna rush to get it, and that life will be fine after that. And this isn't getting better. I honestly think that 6 months, a year from now, we'll be looking back, wishing we could come back to today. And I don't think people see it, and it's really unfortunate. Um, okay, how come the two chats are so off? Let's see. Trying to read. You have to wear a mask while at work. Well, you don't have to. You choose to. I don't. Everybody does at work. I don't. Never have. Nobody said a word. I, if you really want to like weasel your way out of it, you can just say that ask them why they insist on you wearing a mask, and they're going to tell you it's because the governor mandated it. And then say, well, then that governor's mandate also states that if you have a medical condition, you're exempt. So you haven't even read the mandate that you are supporting, and they'll have no answer to that because all of the governor mandates do have a exemption for medical conditions. So if they say that you have to wear a mask and you say, well, I have a medical condition, they say, we don't care. Say, well, you can't pick and choose what part of the governor's mandate you want to enforce. It's either all of it or none of it. And if they choose to enforce all of it, then the medical exemption is in there. And if you tell them basically, like, obviously you've never read the mandate, I guarantee they haven't. The people enforcing the mandates and the business owners, they haven't read everything that was put out on that. They just hear, governor says you have to wear a mask. Okay. So, I mean, they'll have no defense to that because they can't pick and choose what part of the mandate they want to obey and follow. So, well, yeah, the mask is a lie, but it goes way beyond that. Let's see. You got night vision for $106. Sweet. I think I paid 130 and now it's 122 because I got the 5X. I think the other one, I can't remember now. Let me get that picture back up. Okay. Okay, so the 4x50 is $98 and the 5x50 is 122. I paid like I said, I think I paid 130, but I had a $20 Amazon credit, so I really paid like 110. But then I got the $15 pack of 48 batteries to go with it. So I'm going to assume that you haven't actually received your night vision yet. A couple of things to let you know when you get it is keep the lens cap on all the time during the day. Only take the cap off in the dark at night. Don't point it at anything really bright. And then you got the dual focus. You got your focus here, and then you got your minor adjustments on the back. And you're really gonna like it. They work. I was surprised. I thought for $130, it was gonna be one step above like a toy, and it's not. It's really clear. I can see. I'll do better videos where you'll see what I'm seeing without it and then with it on. Like I can see I can see the bark on the tree. I can, the other night there was a satellite or whatever it was that was way up high and it was going really slow. And I watched that thing for quite a while until even the people with me, they couldn't see it anymore with their eyes. They lost it. And I was still tracking it and watching it. There's a park down the street, and at night, sometimes there's people in that park, but you can't see them from my house. But I point that night vision down there, and I can see people. I can see the dogs. I can see what kind of dog they're walking. Pitch black. So it's definitely it's something I felt compelled to get, and I think at some point it's going to come in really handy. And I'm glad I got it. And for $122, if you can afford that, get it. If you go if you miss the beginning of this, if you go to the contingency plan website that's linked below every video, and then on the top you click on I think it's Amazon links or Amazon, what's it called? It's Amazon something. And then there's like a slideshow of items that go by. If you click, and there's a bunch of dots. If you click the very first dot, that's the night vision goggles, and the second dot is the 48 pack of AA batteries. So, like I said, right now it's 122.88 for the 5X night vision batteries, and they're or night vision goggles. And like I said, I was stunned at how good they are. I wasn't expecting it. And once I figured it out and got it to where the focus and everything, and then you can apply with the infrared light. So you don't need it from a distance, but up close, if something's like 30, 40 feet away and you hit that infrared button, it brings out really vivid detail in what you're looking at. And yeah, I hope somebody finds it useful, because I think that at some point I'm going to be really glad I have them. Let's see. Well, like I said, if anybody wants to call in, I'll give this another couple of minutes, and if not, then I'm going to wrap it up. I did get, besides the butterfly bandages, because like the reason I got the butterfly bandages is because there's some cuts that regular band-aids aren't going to fix, and the suture gun I have, I really want to reserve that because I do have limited amount of sutures. I think I've probably got 36. It comes preloaded. I want to save those for something more major that really requires suturing. So the butterflies is sort of the in between, along with super glue. Super glue can get really messy though, and in the dark it could probably be a real. Sometimes, and it does tend to, sometimes it dries up inside the tube, or it blocks the the exit hole for the super glue. So I still have lots of super glue, but I was I think I was watching like something on Amazon Prime, and somebody fixed a wound with the butterfly bandages, and I was like, I've known about butterfly bandages, since I was a kid. I have the scars on my head here. I went to the hospital and they butterflied it instead of stitching it, and really didn't leave too much of a scar as opposed to if I'd have gotten stitches. So, and it just clicked like, why don't I have butterfly bandages? So I grabbed 2 packs of those, and then I grabbed more, of course, the barter material. I got 2, so there's 100 here. Because when I moved from Arizona, I left a lot of stuff there. Actually, all my wooden matches, and I think a lot of the stuff that I had vacuum sealed. And I don't know if I still have all those tampons that I vacuum sealed or not. If I do, I don't know where they're at. So I just figured I'd get some more. The webpage it's in the description below every one of the videos. Your mom makes you wear what? A mask or tampons? Um, the CDC on their own website has documentation that they put out saying that masks don't do anything. So maybe you could start by having her read something like that. If she sees it's from the CDC, maybe it'll click. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like these 2 chats are completely different. It's like I thought that whatever you typed in the YouTube chat, the StreamYard displayed it as well, but these are 2 separate chats, and I can't keep up with them. So anyway, if nobody's got anything to say or anything to share, then I'll just go ahead and bow out. I got stuff to do. I'm actually going to break down some more pallets now that it's still hot as hell here. So um, when it cools down in the evening, it's easier. I have a pry bar, so it's not too loud to break down pallets, and so I might break down some pallets. I've been making a lot of stuff with that, so I need and the ones that break or they're already crappy before I take them apart. I keep those separate, and I have one of those small fire. I don't know what you call it. It's like made out of metal. It's not a kiva, but it's like a white man's version of a kiva. I don't know I'm sure they got a name, but they have like a little door and you open it and throw the wood in there. It's not a wood stove. It's more like a grate. But I use the parts of the pallet that aren't usable for anything else, and I break them up and use it for that. So Patriot Sheepdog. Yeah, I know 113 in Arizona is about like 100 here because we're so high in elevation that the sun just cooks you here. And for a lot of people that especially aren't used to it, it's hard for them to breathe here. You exert yourself at all and you get pretty winded. And you can tell just from the leaves on the trees that the distance we are closer to the sun has a major impact. 98 or 100 here is like 105, 110 in Arizona. So and we're still around 90. I think it was 93, 95 today. But the nights get really like perfect. The nights are like being in a mall. It's like 70, 78 degrees. And when the skies clear up, I take that night vision out there. I just lay down outside and look straight up, and I watch things fly around and try and watch them with the night vision. It's pretty soothing, actually. I think we probably have a little. I mean, everybody's got more humidity than Arizona, but there's not really any humidity here unless there's a big storm. afterwards for a little bit, but it goes away. But yeah, I mean, people that, from Houston or, Louisiana or something, they'd be like, or the Midwest, Iowa, Illinois, they'd be laughing if I say, oh, yeah, we got some humidity here, because it's nothing really. I like the weather here. It's very, very comfortable. If you can handle the elevation and the lack of oxygen, it's really nice. Yeah, I would recommend the monoculars because I think when I make the next, I'll make a video tonight and I'll try and get it out tomorrow. When you see it more closer to the way it looks when you're using it, I've practiced with it enough. That was when I first got it, and I didn't know too much what I was doing, and the trying to get the little eyepiece on the camera on the phone centered just right and then moving it was I didn't do good. So if I can get it better so it looks more like what it looks like when you use it and you see that, you're probably really going to want one because it's very, very clear and it has a really good distance on it. Probably, um, I mean, you can make out pretty good details at 300 meters. Where was I in Arizona? I was in the Gilbert Chandler area. After Arizona, I went to Texas I think I lived in Texas for 9 months. And as soon as this this nonsense started, they they laid us off temporarily at work, and like I immediately took off to here, and then they called me. I don't know, like a month later, saying, "Hey, you want to come back to work?" And I'm like, "I'm not even in Texas anymore. I bailed." So I got a job here, and it's better here. Yeah, this is the 5X. And I don't know if and it comes with like a zipper case, and so when you turn it on, you'll see a green LED right there, and then when you hit the infrared, it turns red, and then you've got the two focuses. That's it. That's the whole thing. Um, Real easy to use, and like I said, the quality blew me away. I was expecting to get basically what I paid for, and like I said, like a step up from a toy, and it's actually really, really good. I've used some high end stuff, like some of the military, grade with the goggles. I can see way better with this than I could with those, and those were like Gen 3. This is brighter. The clarity is better than I've probably used 5 or 6 different night vision goggles in my life, and these are the best as far as the clarity and the zoom on them. So I'm happy with them. Like I said, it's probably the best purchase I've made in, I don't know, probably since one of my AR-15s or something. It's just really, I can't imagine it's not going to come in really handy at some point. Being able to see in the dark when others can't, or they have to use regular flashlights to give themselves away. I mean, it's one of those things where if it ever comes to that and you don't have one, you're going to kick yourself. It's one of those things, like I said, it's like you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. It's just one of those things that if you have it in your tool bag and you find yourself in a situation where, you think there's a threat or something's going on and it's pitch black out and you don't want to turn the light on. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't get one earlier, but I think by waiting, I ended up getting probably the best one for me. Like in the price right now, if I'd have gotten one a couple years ago, I'd have paid 2 or 3 times that. You still got one from Vietnam? We probably have the same. I mean, I'm sure we both have generation one, but yeah, it works. Like I said, you look up at the stars and you see, in an area, you see 6 or 8 stars, and you point that up at them, and behind those stars, you see 30 other ones. So it's pretty cool. Uh, that the 5X night vision binoculars, the link that I have in the description or on the webpage, the price is 122.88. And like I said, it's gone down like $8 since I bought them. So let's see here. I'll just put this up. Yeah, California, no. I lived in California in the late 80s, and I lasted about, I think, 1 year, and I couldn't stand it. I got the hell out of there. So I put the image from the link on the web page up on the screens and made it bigger so you can see hopefully you can see the price and the stuff that I highlighted in yellow. I know the YouTube's like way behind. It's about 30 seconds behind. There it is. All right. Well, I was hoping somebody call in so I could see if that tiny URL thing works. I'm assuming it works. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I also don't know um, how the quality of a caller sounds, if other people hear it clearly or not. No, I never lived in Phoenix. I lived like 25 miles outside of Phoenix. So I hope people caught that information at the beginning about the food banks. I don't know what it's like in your area, but like I probably wouldn't have known. Well, maybe eventually from the neighbors, I would have probably gotten word, but you kind of got to look to see if there's food banks in your city because, um, like I said, the amount of food we have right now is more food than I've ever had in any home I've ever lived in. It's ridiculous. We have the freezer. I ordered a second freezer, and the neighbor's moving, and she offered to sell me her stand-up freezer. So I'll have the freezer at the bottom of my refrigerator, a 7 cubic foot chest freezer, and a stand-up full-size freezer. And I guarantee you, we're going to fill all three of those freezers. One of them's already, I mean, you literally couldn't put a Snickers bar in there. It's packed so tight that I had to buy the second freezer, and looks like we're going to get a third. So all free, didn't pay a penny for any of that food. So, and that's not even counting the prep stuff, the dry goods, the stuff that doesn't need refrigeration or freezer. It's, I mean, it's truly a blessing from God that we have the amount of food. And like I said, harvesting the seeds off all the fruits and vegetables they give us. We've already been growing some of the stuff from seed that we've been getting for free. Freezers are sort of, people aren't talking about this, but it's sort of the new toilet paper. Try getting a freezer. You can get the big, really expensive ones, but if you're trying to get like a 7 cubic foot or something, or a chest freezer, something from Home Depot or Lowe's, or they're sold out, every one of them. I ordered 2 off Amazon. Both of them let me order them and then contacted me a week later and said, we don't have any. And I had to get refunded. Then I went to Home Depot, then Lowe's. They can't even ship them to you. They're completely sold out. Craigslist, the second they post them, they're gone. And the ones that are on there, they're asking ridiculous prices. I'll tell you where we found the freezer, and it's it's going to take 2 weeks for it to get here because it's shipping from, I think, like Georgia or something. Best Buy. Best Buy is the only place we found a freezer for sale. And then after I ordered it, my neighbor texted me and she's like, hey, I'm moving. Do you guys need a freezer? She's like, it's a GE full size. She goes, I don't know how big it is, but it's big. It holds a lot. And I was like, well, I just ordered one, but yeah, we'll buy that one too. Because right now the freezers are kind of worth their weight in gold. I don't know. People are. And then I got a note from a friend today who's driving out of state to somewhere else and said that they saw Penske and U-Haul and budget rental trucks everywhere. People are relocating. I know it looks like everybody's cucked and they're wearing masks, which they are, but on some level they know something's up because they're buying freezers like, they're going, like they're going out of style, and people are moving somewhere or moving something. I don't know what they're doing, but they said that the freeway was just U-Haul and Penske after U-Haul and Penske all the way. So there's something going on. People are I don't know if you call it bugging out. I don't know if maybe they're just moving. They might be hauling stuff from point A to point B to like another location. I don't know what's going on, but people are they're using this 3-day weekend to either relocate or haul stuff from one place to another. So if your plan is if you want to get a freezer or rent a U-Haul and move some stuff to a bug out location or whatever, good luck, because you're not the only one thinking that. Oh, hold on, we got somebody here. Adventure Don, you're on.
Hey,
Mute your you don't get the feedback.
there was like some lag in there.
Yeah, if you're watching the stream on YouTube or whatever, just mute the video.
Okay. I connected through my phone, but I'm also watching you on my computer.
All right, well, I hear you loud and clear. How's everybody else hearing?
Cool. Your link works.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm up here in the woods by Mackinac Bridge.
Where at?
Up Michigan, Houghton Lake, Michigan.
Oh, in Michigan. I'm still getting feedback. Is my voice coming out of a speaker or something?
No, you're just come over on my phone. I have YouTube's muted.
Are you using speakerphone?
Yes.
Okay. Can you put earbuds in or just?
I don't know if
everything I say is coming back through.
Let's see.
Yeah, if the electricity goes out, yeah, the freezers aren't that, obviously is going to be an issue, but right now we have so much food that we have to freeze it because we're composting and throwing away too much. Yeah, I don't like supporting Amazon either, but man, I'm telling you, the stuff I've been getting from Amazon, I'm going to put it to good use, so it's sort of a double-edged sword. There you are. So do you have a earbuds or anything?
No, actually, I don't know how to turn this camera around on the phone, so I just turned the phone around. I won't.
Okay.
I won't stay on here long. I've been following you a while. I bugged out a while. I live up in the woods now, but yeah, there's been a lot of traffic up north here. A lot of people moving a lot of stuff up to the UP.
So what do you think they're moving? Do you think they're moving trips, or do you think they're physically moving their household from one place to another? Do you think that they're moving to a bug out location or to a new home?
There's a lot of national forests up here in the UP, so a lot of people are going to bug out. But if you're not ready for cold weather, I suggest it.
Yeah, you got Michigan's. I mean, it gets cold here in the winter. It'll snow, a little bit, but I lived in Illinois. I've been to Michigan. I know it's not easy.
I used to live in Mesa, Arizona, outside of Tempe for a while. I was there when the light went over. The Phoenix lights came up over our neighborhood. I remember that.
Oh, did you see those?
Yeah, I experienced it, man. It was real to me. I know what went over our neighborhood. It was quiet as could be, but it was huge.
Yeah, and that was what, 93?
Yeah, that, and shortly
Imagine
after
what they
that,
got now.
I moved back east. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a retired truck driver, man. I've been back across the United States, and all this country we got, and everybody's crammed into cram cities, and I just had to get out. I moved out. I've been up here a couple years now, and I got a site. If it's we'll put a plug out there, share a lot of survival downloads, books for free. Download stuff at venturedon.club. Survival manuals on just about everything you could want. Always adding stuff all the time. But
is that on YouTube or where?
No, that's my webpage at venturedon.club.
Okay.
But hey, I like that scope that's shared, and it was cool, man. Just wanted to try that link, see if it worked, and hey, good luck in the future. What's coming up? I think we're going to have a dark, long, cold winter.
I agree, and thank you for your support and for calling in. I appreciate it.
Right on. Peace out, everybody, and have a good night.
You too. Thank you. All right, so the link works. That's cool. I appreciate Adventure Don. Let me. I'm going to put this in the chat. I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I'll see if it works. I think he said .club, right? So let's see. It needs a www in front of it. I don't know. Somebody let me know if one of those links works. I'm actually Monday going in to get my medical marijuana card. Not because I don't smoke marijuana. I don't use it or need it, but I'm just getting it for barter material. And it's relatively cheap. And I think it's good for a year. You have to renew it every year. I don't know if we have a year. So I'm going to load up on medical marijuana to use as barter material because I don't know what people are going to want besides obviously food and water. I've got a lot of antibiotics and stuff like that, but I just figured I'll grab I've got tampons. I figured I might as well grab marijuana too, do it legally. So I'm just gonna start caching it, basically collecting it and storing it, and then if the time ever comes, use it to get something that I need. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting the grower's card too, so that I don't have to go to dispensaries, and I'll be legally able to just grow it here, and that way I have my own surplus for when it comes time to when because I'm not taking any vaccine, and if you can't buy or sell without it, I guess I'm not buying or selling, so I'll be trading. So I'm starting to grab stuff that I think will be of value for trade. So anyway, that's good to know the link works. Maybe I'll do a live stream where I schedule it, far enough in advance, or have a specific topic ahead of time, so people can call in with their thoughts on something specific, or whatever it is that we want to do. And then it's like I said, it's good to know that the link works, so we can have call-ins. Just make sure when you call in that there's nothing is playing the video feed audibly out loud. Wear earbuds, mute the video, or just hold the phone up to your ear, or whatever it takes. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. I appreciate everybody being here. If you missed the first part where I go over the food bank stuff, you might want to rewatch the first part of the video after it uploads. So, are there are there riots in Phoenix? Yeah, I could go on and on about these people who are participating in this stuff. Like I said, I know we're supposed to um, feel for these people and try and help them, but sort of like with the waking up thing, there are people who simply aren't meant to and aren't capable of seeing the truth, seeing through the deception. Um, I was talking recently about how how I believe that there is a certain percentage, and it's a big percentage, because people are always saying, I'm trying to wake up my family, they just don't see it. And I was always saying that there's a group of people who, it's not that they don't want to wake up. There are people who don't want to wake up because they're happy in their little make-believe world, because they don't want to, the truth would upset them. But I think there's a larger percentage of people who aren't actually capable of seeing the truth. And I thought that was kind of a relatively new concept. And then I read, there's a book that came out in like 1920 where a guy wrote about that in the 100 years ago, that there, and I don't know what kind of truths they were trying to break people into back in 1920, but in his book he actually hypothesized that there are people who literally are not mentally or spiritually or emotionally capable of waking up. It's not that they don't want to, it's that they can't. No matter what you show them, they won't see it. It doesn't matter how strong the evidence is, they're not capable. And that rang true with me, because I've been thinking that for a couple of years now, and turns out that a guy wrote a book about that 100 years ago. So sorry about being kind of all over the place today, but there's just a lot going on, and I think to focus on one specific topic is kind of a waste, because as long as we have a platform to where people can talk and share stuff, if you just focus on one thing, you're never going to come to the answers or the truth, because this is multi-pronged. There's so much to what's going on right now. It's so deep that if you just focus on, like, mud floods or flat earth, I just think we're way past that. It was fun for a while, but I mean, we've got bigger fish to fry right now, and focusing on, you know, specific, just narrow topics we just don't have the time anymore. We don't have that luxury. We need to try and get down to the root cause, and that, to me, it's repenting, accepting Christ as your Lord and Savior, and following His word, because everything that's happening right now is written, and having that faith. I haven't been scared of any of this nonsense, and I don't understand the people who are full of fear. It doesn't make sense to me, and that's just because I'm so like deep in the faith that I know. I've known since I was, younger, that this was coming. I didn't know if we'd see it in our lifetimes, but now that it's playing out, I've been preparing for this forever, and I know how it ends. I know it's going to be awful. It's going to be, we're going to see things that we never ever thought we'd see, but it is what it is, and we have to go through that to get to the end, and that's where I'm focused. So anyway, take care, everybody. God bless, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, your long weekend, I hope. Peace. Take care.